Hi, welcome back. We are on episode 5 of Sincerely Spiritually Spoken with Nasia. Last week's episode was really such a big relief for me, y'all. Like being vulnerable with y'all was hard in the moment because I kept overthinking it, but it was very enjoyable and I have felt the effects of it, honestly, this entire week or so or two since I've recorded. I have been feeling a huge weight off my shoulders. The work that I was doing as far as being honest with my friends and family about where I was definitely helpful to my mental health and just giving myself that grace and meeting myself where I am. But I took it to another level when I really put it on the platform because to know me, I don't even share the memes, the sad posts. I've never talked about my relationship business on the internet or anything like that. So for me, it's very hard to be vulnerable and transparent about anything that's not presented eloquently. So giving y'all my mess and giving y'all my pain is kind of like, okay, this is new grounds. But doing the podcast and kind of being pushed off the edge have helped me so much. Also today, guys, my baby is here. It was a mom day where I have a kid at home sick. One of my babies is at school and the small baby is with me today. So if you hear a little goo goo gaga, that might pop out. But we're, again, keeping it real here. And so that's where we are today. My speaking from the heart piece today is please stop associating God with negative things happening to people that you dislike. That is one of my biggest pet peeves when I hear people say, oh, God doesn't play about me or, they got what they deserve. That sentiment, I don't think people realize how crooked your own heart posture has to be to think that a benevolent God would intentionally hurt one of his other children because of you. There is no rankings when it comes to God's children. So he's never going to seek vengeance on someone for you. He can seek vengeance for his own good and for his own glory, but it's not going to be for you. And that self-righteousness and just that attitude is really nasty. And I've heard it a few times. I just want to say from my speaking from the heart piece, please keep your heart posture in the right placement and understand that God wants everyone to win. God wants blessings for everyone. There's enough to go around for everyone. Love, money, prosperity, abundance, it's enough. So remember that God has the same heart for you that he has for the people around you. And that's not how he plays that game. I just really don't like that. And it bothers me really bad. But today's episode is, I guess, an update. It's been a few weeks since I let you guys know where I was, and I was having a lot of mental lows. I was going through a rough patch of just some fresh traumas that were happening that I was in the thick of dealing with. And I love that I held myself accountable for being transparent and that I did give y'all the real about it because it made it easier to kind of maneuver through being honest to myself and with myself. So I did appreciate that darkness because it has led me back to the light. I'm a very spiritually sound person, so I do have a lot of philosophy. I do have a lot of wisdom. I do have a lot of positivity that carries me. But trying to force myself through that, I was just always realizing that I was in performance mode. So taking myself out of performance mode to heal through those things, and I'm still healing through those things, so I'm not speaking past tense. I'm in a much better place now, but I am still healing through it day by day. And I had the thought when I was driving here today, when will you be able to say that you're over that situation? Or when can you say that you have healed from it? And that's why people continue to say that healing is not linear, because you can be fine one day, you can feel great one day, and then the next week you feel like it just happened yesterday. And that's just a part of the human experience. So never beat yourself up if you do feel like you're feeling better, and then you may have one day or one moment where you get off track, because I promise you that is just how it's supposed to go. You're not doing anything wrong. The main thing is using the tools to keep going forward, and don't take that small regression and let it turn into a domino effect of you being back in square one where you're completely set back because you've allowed your thoughts to win. You're human. It's okay that you are having a hard day, but just keep going forward and keep your eyes on the prize. And with that, what I'm talking about today in general is about alignment. It's about focus. We just finished with the real winter to me. It just passed Easter and it is now in the spring, which My personal beliefs is that this is when the new year actually begins. So I have felt the energy of that new year transition a lot this month. There have been so many new ideas popping up, so many new goals popping up for me. I have been focusing more on my value and my essence of just being. I think that part of healing as a woman is unlearning the behaviors that we picked up on from our elder women of strength. As a woman, it is very important to reach a point of your healing and growth where you are channeling your femininity. For myself, I've always been a hard worker. I've always had a strong work ethic. I've always been very strong mentally. So it's never been hard for me to push through. But I think I spoke on in the last episode that warrior mentality causes you to be suffocated by your own identity, that you can't resource tools that you feel are not aligned with you. So as a woman of strength, sometimes you'll feel like crying is not going to help you because it doesn't associate with the identity that you're wearing, when in general, that release is literally what your body needs. Like literally, there's no amount of strength that can stop you from your humanness. All I feel like I can give y'all, from my experience, I've always admired men's strength without knowing that, because men are raised to carry all their problems, to not vent to anyone, to not tell you what they're going through, to just show up the right way. They're not allowed to lead with their emotion. They're supposed to be logical all the time. And a lot of us women fall into that category without realizing it. And that masculine energy within us, it translates to our partners. It translates to the people around us. So there's a disconnect where you'll wonder why you can be the prettiest woman. You can appear and perform in your feminine. You can dress up. You can wear nails. You can do all the nice things, y'all. But when you don't have that internal energy of femininity and you lead from your masculine, you will translate that into your relationships. And I personally have known that I have the gift of encouragement, the gift of wisdom, the gift of knowledge. And the older I get, I'm constantly reminded by God to align myself with who he made me to be in order to be a vessel to like give his messages the best way. And for myself, I used to be more confident in the straightforward, I'll give it to you raw, I'm blunt, I'm honest, this is just what you need to feel. And I didn't realize how much that would channel my masculine energy, where I would lack empathy, I would lack understanding, I would lack compassion, which are some of the most beautiful things that a woman can possess. So I have been finding myself healing the essence of me as a woman and finding my value within myself, because masculine energy is, how do I explain this? I'm trying to keep it very simple without getting too deep into this topic, because I want to talk about it more in future episodes. But masculine energy needs to achieve. So as a woman, when you're functioning through your masculine energy, it shows up as the woman who's working very hard, the woman who's always doing things for others, the one who performs a lot of acts of service for her version of showing her love for people and wants the approval for her works. So it can be hard to decipher from a surface level if she's a masculine woman, because I'm not saying that all hardworking, business-oriented, achievement-based women are masculine, but a lot of them are. And it shows more in the emotional area when it comes to like behind the scenes and how you show up for yourself, where you don't know how to be kind to yourself. You don't know how to be compassionate to yourself. You don't know how to empathize or be understanding, because you have that warrior mentality and you have such a strong work ethic that all you know is to push through. And feminine energy is very flowing. Feminine energy is very creative. It doesn't have conformity. It can't just be shaped into one thing. So it's very free-spirited. And a lot of times, adaptability is one of those traits that come out of feminine energy. So if you notice yourself being so stern and steadfast, and you just are so set on all your goals and dreams that you can't adapt, you can't flow, that may be one sign that you are more of a masculine woman than a feminine woman. Femininity is just being. It is just the essence of you. So the more that you run away and you're trying to achieve other things and find your value in external things, you're going to continuously miss the mark to become your most divine feminine energy, because it is just you. There's nothing that you can bring to the table besides you. There's nothing that you can achieve that will make you more of the woman that God already made you, except for just being you. And our society makes that very hard because we live in a very achievement based or what can you do or who are you? When you meet people, 9 times out of 10, the first question that you may ask them is, what do you do for work? Before you ask them, what are your interests or what are your values? We associate what people do with who they are. Meeting myself where I am, practicing the essence of myself, as well as nurturing my hobbies, nurturing my inner child, nurturing the very minuscule things. Because as a woman, in the perfect world, when you don't have the stresses of providing and taking care of things in the normal way that we have to today, you're supposed to frolic. You're supposed to be just doing gardening and tending to things and moving around with different tasks. You're really not supposed to be creating these business plans and going on this 24-hour sun cycle that most men are accustomed to, that women have kind of stepped into, that doesn't align with our bodies. So I think that is another thing that I'll speak on is I have been prioritizing my health. And as a woman, the older I'm getting now, I cycle sync, which is my diet is not specific to 24/7. My diet is specific to the different seasons that my cycle is in. And we have 4 different stages as a woman. So when you're going through those different phases, your body needs to be adjusted to the nutritional needs that you need depending on what's going on in you. And that has been very helpful for a hormonal balance as a woman because the nutritional values are not the same every day. You can't be on the same schedule every day as a woman. And a lot of us do set up our workout schedules or our routines to be set for the 5 a.m. start time when, again, this is not aligned with the moon cycle of a woman. So that is like throwing off your whole day and your whole energy. So cycle syncing, eating healthier. Are you going to laugh? Doing the work of being a feminine woman, those are just a few things that I have been working on. I can go way more in depth with that through my healing process that I've had to reroute because all the tools that I used to use were very masculine-based traits that, yes, they'll help me heal, but they will also keep me stagnant in my healing because I still won't be able to continue this vulnerability rate that I'm trying to go or the softer route that I'm trying to go. And I know a lot of people hear the whole soft life term and they're seeing the aesthetic on Instagram. But soft life is still a thing that is very important for women to achieve. And I don't want them to be misled because of the social media aesthetic. It's a lot deeper than that. Soft life is giving yourself permission as a woman to take yourself off of the pedestal of being everything for everyone. Soft life is allowing your humanity to override your logic. It is having a cry for nothing and not feeling bad about it. It is sitting with your womanness and not feeling like it is a weakness or you are a target or you are naive or you are anything that is not positive for being your purest self. And allowing yourself to be in spaces where you can be nurtured by that is very important to me. I found myself finding the soft life not through the aesthetic, but the actual healing that I'm doing because I'm opening more room for my womanness to flow in these new ways. Now you want to talk to mom. Today's episode will be one of our shorter episodes because I'm still working through just talking to you guys, not following any notes and just leading with my heart, trying not to present it so much, just flowing and letting my thoughts come to me, not being worried about if I repeat myself or if I am talking in circles, giving myself the space. And part of that is a problem that I have where I'm still allowing myself to take up the space and to be my fullness because it's not something I've practiced. So I have all these things I want to say, but I'm still getting comfortable with sharing those things, making sure that my delivery, my tone is open for you guys to receive information and that I can speak to people's souls. I don't want to badger people. I don't want to condemn anyone. I don't want to judge anybody, even if I have to tell you guys something that may ruffle your feathers because I'm always going to stand by the truth because I'm grounded in my faith. However, I just still am working on my delivery and being softer, which my own healing and my own softness has been like the prerequisite to giving you guys everything that I need to give. So the more that I'm working on myself and open myself and transparent, it's getting easier to do that with you guys because it's no longer a tussle of I need to be tough or I need to tell the truth. It's simply just I need to tell the truth and I'm tough because I'm telling the truth. I pray that everything that I say today was resonating in your spirit and that you can slow yourself down, meet yourself where you are, this episode probably is more predominantly for the women. Get in touch with your feminine side. Learn what that is, because a lot of us weren't given examples around us of what true femininity is. The example of what women that want to perform as men show their strength is, or women that want to be respected the same way as men, how they show their strength. And we are different. We have different values. And the more that you as a woman learn your value system as a woman and your tools, you'll realize you've been playing the wrong game and you've been playing for the wrong team. And I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. And I don't want to feel like a man. And I don't want my energy to be masculine in any space. So I've been working on those things, and I encourage y'all to work on those things. I will be back for a Mother's Day special, and that episode will be very much so for the women as well, but it'll probably talk about parenthood in general and identity and just alignment and responsibilities and things that all the things that being a mom takes. So I'm looking forward to my next episode. I will see you guys soon. Have a great week and stay blessed. Bye.